And Dave Ramsey, of course, coming up this afternoon, 1 o'clock until 4 here on KNEB. Brought to you by First State Bank. And First State Bank also bringing you this morning's News Extra. Here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. Our guest today is Gering Mayor Tony Kaufman. And he's been mayor now for a month and has been working on that transition after a very interesting first meeting. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Good to be here.
All right, let's talk about the transition first.
Okay.
In the last month, what kind of things have you been doing since you took over after that first meeting in which you cast a vote to keep the city administrator?
That's correct. Really the first step is communication and reestablishing those communication channels internally and externally with our community partners. I can tell you we got a great city staff over there. They've been very accommodating in the transition process, getting me up to speed on projects and where they're at in the process, on numerous things operationally within the city. We do have a great crew down there, a lot of experience in all our department heads, and that trickles down through their people. They manage their departments very well, and I look forward to working with all of them in the coming years.
When you look at the morale of the city staff, what kind of morale did you see when you?
It's like with any transition. I would assume, there's always some unknown with folks. Being a relatively newbie in the political arena in the community, a lot of them didn't know me personally. I had a lot of opportunities to meet with them one-on-one. Still getting some of those meetings done, but met with most of them and really kind of set the tone on how we were going to roll going forward and how I viewed my role with the community and their day-to-day management. And really, the power's in their hands. Those guys are the ones with the expertise, and we have a lot of expertise. And so, we need to get government out of the way and let those folks do their job and serve our community like they know how to do. So,
all right. I mean, obviously, you must have a conversation with Lane after the vote because there were 4-4 votes, so there is some council discontent there. And what kind of things did you stress with Lane when you talked to him?
Again, it really comes back to the whole transparency issue. And, I heard that over and over and over with constituents in the election process. And we've talked about that. We've talked about that with our senior staff as well. And it does start at the top and trickle down. And so I'm taking that burden upon myself, and I've challenged the council as well. I mean, we need to be better communicators with our people, both from a staff level and trickling down to the community. People aren't mind readers and they don't know what we're doing all the time, and we just need to communicate it. And there's a lot of great ideas out there in the community. We have an open door policy and always have had, but we need to get more people involved in how our communities are managed and how they're run. And the more input we can have, the better job we can do for everyone. So it's been a good process. We've got a lot of, again, I can't tell you how much experience we've got. We have a lot of folks with a lot of years, and they do a good job.
All right. We'll take a break and talk more right after this.
It's always something.
Your car and home have liability insurance, but in a major lawsuit, would that be enough?
My answer is a definite maybe.
Umbrella coverage is surprisingly affordable and is an added layer of liability and protection. Ask us about it. Classic One Insurance. It's always something.
It's always something.
We are back on News Extra, and very fortunate to have Gering Mayor Tony Kaufman here with us this morning to discuss the transition as he moves into the office here. He's been there a month, and we've talked about that here the first few minutes. Now we're going to get into priorities and projects and things that he wants to work on in the next year. What kind of things do you see the city and the council working on, say, in the next 12 months?
Well, in the next 12 months, we've got a lot of good things going, a lot of things in the works. Again, one of the first ones was really trying to get our partnerships back in flow, working with Scottsbluff and Terrytown and the county and our extended county partners. there's a lot of opportunities to work together for the betterment of everyone in the valley, and we got to open that dialogue back up. And we've already started that process. I know Randy and Kent and I, we've all had numerous conversations over the last month, and getting on the same page about certain projects coming forward, and just where our community's at. And so those dialogues are vital going forward, making sure those partnerships are set. As far as actual projects, I think most of the people are aware Gering was awarded a downtown revitalization grant, in the last couple of months. It's going to be probably trying to execute that plan going forward in 2015. Again, we got to give some kudo points to some folks that really worked on that. The Gering Merchants, Gering Downtown Revitalization Group, Scottsbluff County Tourism, PAD, the Gering CVB, Twin City Development, and the Chamber were all very integral in getting those monies awarded for the city. So definitely hands off to those community members for helping out in the process. Other things to look forward to, much like Scottsbluff, put in for the economic development study and got that back, and we're in the process of reviewing that. Recently just got back the recreation study for the area. We'll have that in committees in the next couple of months, getting their arms around that, and so look forward to what as we get some options and maybe best case scenarios in place and possibilities going forward for the community in the future. Look forward to what those communities have and work the process and get some community input and move forward. But a lot of good things going. I mentioned in the earlier one, there's also a pathway expansion project, which is another partnership with Legacy of the Plains Museum and Scottsbluff National Monument, and expanding the pathways up in that area, which will be a great added addition. More paths, more opportunities for recreation in our area. And really, there's some continued efforts with Twin City Developments to work the brownfield piece. There are some definite identified properties that need some rehab or just need to come down, and it's just, again, going after those monies that are out there and getting those dollars and getting those projects turned into reality. So,
okay, we got about 30 seconds left. How important do you think it is to co-op for all the communities in the area, so Scottsbluff, Gering, the county, Terrytown, even the other ones, to work together as one towards goals?
It's really important. When you look around at rural America, the people that are the most progressive and make the most opportunities for themselves are the communities that work together. Together we'll be a much larger voice. And with the government structure in the state of Nebraska, a larger voice is a needed one. It's not that we're all going to merge and be one huge panhandle community, but we all have to have one voice, and so working together with our partnerships just makes sense for us going forward.
All right, Tony. Very good. Thank you. Appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.